Hey guys. Yay, we are live. Welcome back to Tuesday's Tips with me and Kelsey, your favorite real estate cheerleader and of course your mortgage expert. Let me just see if we are on. Yep, we're on Instagram too. Okay. Okay, how do I turn this off? Give me a second. Let me I don't know how to.
It's always something new in the tech world.
Technology is so challenging.
Yeah. We can help with your real estate.
The struggle is real. Hi friends for joining, but bear with me. And it's a delay. How do you make Instagram, like, go away? Okay, I had to delete that off, girl.
Instagram's like, not today.
I'm like, I have seen it on YouTube over and over again on how to stream through StreamYard through Instagram, and yeah, it's still a struggle. But anyways, well, let's get into it, Kelsey. I know today we're going to talk about the 10-year Fed kind of. This is all you, girl. I'm learning today.
Yeah, well, and this is something that mortgage lenders follow is any Fed announcement that we receive, or even looking into what the 10-year Treasury bond is and how it's reacting to the market. So, great news from Powell last week. No more rate hikes for the foreseeable future.
Woohoo!
And that's hopefully for the next year at least. And so we were expecting some rate dips next year, but we didn't know how soon it would be. So with that, it's definitely a good time to start looking at your purchase now, especially since we have certain houses that are still kind of sitting. You can negotiate some seller credits and even price reductions, but it's a good reason to get back into the market if you kind of been on the sidelines because of those interest rates. So right now we're trending anywhere around 6.99. So seeing anything in the sixes right now is a blessing, and it's going to help clients get into lower mortgage payments as well.
Hey man, I know everyone is super excited to hear that. I actually had a seller reach out to me yesterday who wants to sell in this upcoming year, and
Yeah.
she's like, "I heard interest rates have dropped. Like,
Yeah.
how's the market looking?" And so, guys, if you've been waiting, you've been on the fence, get off the fence. I guess today what we can do, because I mean that's really the gist of it. Like, what
Yeah.
are some encouraging words that we can give buyers right now?
I think
Them,
patience is a really good one right now. Finding the house that really fits your needs and knowing that there are certain things that we have to go through, like inspection, spot for you, even on the appraisal side of things. I think patience, especially when it comes to this market, because although the Fed is announcing these rate drops, we really don't get to see a true movement unless we see the 10-year Treasury bond decrease as well. So when the Fed announces these rate drops, they're also talking about credit card interest. They're also talking about auto loan interest. So things like that that don't always correlate directly to the mortgage and how we look at interest rates. So being patient and also reaching out to your lender to make sure that you have all that you need when it comes to your pre-approval. And then patience with Keyra when.
Oh no, we lost Kelsey. Okay, there she is. I love that. I think that patience is very ideal. And I like the fact that you said, making sure that you have everything to your lender and being patient with them, because guys, you want to be ready so you don't have to get ready.
Right.
And I think that the people who have already been in the game, playing the game, like looking at houses, they got their pre-approval, even when the interest rates were a little higher. Now
Right.
that they've dropped, they have an advantage over the people who don't even know what they qualify for, and just don't even know their budget. And so the time is now. I mean, right now, if you are just thinking about purchasing now or in the next 12 months, I
Mhm.
really strongly suggest you schedule a consultation with Kelsey. So, and it's going to be very short. She's going to ask you the questions that she asked you to see if it even makes sense to buy. Because sometimes it doesn't make sense to purchase right now. It might make sense for you to rent, because if you have the expectations of, not having to fix anything on your own, renting is more ideal for that because you have a maintenance person. I mean, when you buy your own home and you own your own home, like me and Kelsey do, those responsibilities lie on you. And so I do have a YouTube video that's popping out this week talking about the differences between renting and buying. So make sure you guys check that out. But I definitely think patience is one. What's another something else that we can encourage buyers? Patience and grace. I always kind of go from grace too, because it takes some time to find the one. It also takes some time to get clarity on
Right.
what you actually want,
Right.
and what you can afford.
Right.
Do you feel like? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't.
I would say the patience and grace go together, because when I'm looking at your application, I want to make sure that I see everything, right? So also being transparent is a good word for today, because if I can see exactly what we're working through within your pre-approval, so that means income documents, so pay stubs, W-2s, maybe even tax returns if you're self-employed, seeing a full credit report, also bank statements where your funds are coming from. It's very important to be transparent throughout the process, because recently I've been getting clients that come up and say, hey, we found a house, we're ready to go. Okay, I don't have an application from you. We've talked about, taking the steps to move forward. And so there's patience in that, but also knowing that being transparent and having all that information up front will allow you to put these offers on houses instead of losing out to someone who may already be pre-approved. So I've been seeing that a lot lately, is people who are getting back into the market, they're ready, but they need to also be financially ready.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. I also have heard some different things from you and other lenders too. When you said transparent, that is so true. Like, lenders are almost like detectives, like, or investigators. Like, don't hide anything, because they will find out.
Yeah.
And if at least they know in advance, they know how to best serve you and get you into the position where it best works out for you. So please be transparent, be very authentic with them, because they're there to help you. They're not there to judge you on what you've done in the past. I mean, regardless, people have to look at your credit, but I can't stress that enough. Be transparent with you guys, because if you aren't, they come back to us and say, hey, there's some things with this file that I didn't know was going to pop up. So now this
Right.
process is going to be a little bit more stickier than we
Right.
anticipated. And
Right.
when
Right.
we work as a team, we want it to be smooth and enjoyable.
Right.
So
And protect you. And what Kira's saying is, we're always trying to protect you from the underwriter, right? Because the underwriter is someone that's within Origin Point, within our department, that's looking at the loan from a guideline perspective, right? So they're very black and white. Well, I like to get some of the colors. So if there's a way that we can get a little creative, and, not really bending the rules, but making sure that all of the information is set up front to the underwriter, it allows your loan to go through easier through the approval process, and you don't have to worry about those hiccups. I can kind of catch them in the beginning before we even place an offer on a house.
exactly. So don't hide anything. Be transparent. Be patient, but don't be patient with yourself, as in like go get your pre-approval now. But be
Yeah.
patient, as in like when we're in the process. That it does take time to find what you want, and also it takes time for you to figure out clarity on what you want too. So we hope that this has brought you value. We're excited that interest rates are going lower. Do you anticipate them dropping more? I mean, I know you're not psychic, but
Well, where there's about 9 to 10 Fed meetings next year, so they already have released the schedule. Now, one of the meetings in December that we're having, it's mid-December. We're not really seeing another rate drop then, but they're anticipating by spring. is when we're going to see more heavier rate drops at that point. Mm-hmm.
I love it. And also, Kelsey's social medias have been hacked. So if you want Kelsey's information and you don't know it, please DM me. I'd be more than happy to send you over her info. Please, guys, like once you go to Kelsey, that's the first step. Then you come to me and we're able to really, play the game. And
Yeah.
you heard it from her. You heard it from her first. Like spring is when interest rates are going to drop a little bit more, hopefully, which means everyone and their mom is going to get back into the game. So the best time to do it is now, where you don't have a lot of competition. You're not having to pay a whole bunch, over the price. Because right now, I have a closing this Friday, and they appraised almost $45,000 over the
Wow.
price that they're paying. Yeah.
That,
So the time is now, guys. So
yeah.
any last words, Kelsey?
No, I just think that getting the process started before the new year is really important because you know where you stand, and let's get you into your new home.
Yes. Let us cheer you home. Well, we hope this has brought you value, guys. We will see you next Tuesday. Next Tuesday will be our last Tuesday that we'll do this year, just because we're going to go into holiday times after that. Kelsey, what will we be talking about next week? Do we know yet?
I mean, we can discuss it, but I think that the prep into the next year, where we see the market now versus possibly putting in an offer over asking and not getting some of those seller credits like we see right now. So prepping our buyers to let them know what to expect.
Love it. All right,
Yeah.
next week we're going to be prepping you guys, and we'll see you then.
All right,
Bye.
guys. Bye.